Okay, good morning, dear students. Ansh, Lakshmi, Tanvi, Neeraj, and Arya. Good morning to each one of you. Today we are going to wind up our lesson, Rangas Marriage. Okay, so dear students, hopefully you are updating your notebook. So uh, if you are updating, like, have you, how many chapters have you uploaded, dear students? I hope you have uploaded the first three chapters at least. You must have updated your notebook. Like the long ones, no need to update. From the mobile itself you can study, right? But the short ones you can write on the notebook. If you write the short ones on the notebook, you can revise later on, and then the long ones you can study straight away from the website. Okay, so you do accordingly all the lessons. So, for example, your test will also take place. Okay, maybe next month or might be in the month of September. But I think it will take place in the month of August. Okay, so you please prepare accordingly and do update your notebook on a regular basis. That is very important, right? And as I told you, the very long ones you can study from the website straight away, and the short answers, short question answers you can write on your notebook. Okay, but please do update on a regular basis, otherwise it will pile up and then you'll find it difficult to sort of update. So at least two lessons if you can update, at least two lessons if you can update your students weekly, then I think it's better. Okay, so you update two lessons every week. It means in a month you can update 8 lessons. Okay, so at least 5 to 6 lessons in a month is required. Okay, 5 to 6 lessons. If you can update, it's okay, right? So dear students, please, uh, and also at the same time you practice listening skill and writing skill, reading skill. Okay, I have already uploaded on my website reading skill worksheet, grammar worksheet. But grammar, your grammar is just 10 marks actually. So I shall tell you which particular topic you should go through. But as of now, reading, writing, and listening skill, it is better if you are, if you work out on these three skills: reading, listening, and writing skills. Okay, so anyway, dear students, let's begin our lesson, and then I'll give you one suggestion today. Okay, so in the meantime, some students will also join, right? So let me let me complete this lesson, and then I shall give you, ask you something to do. Okay, so anyway, so let's continue to see here. Shama, like the narrator has consulted the astrologer. The narrator has consulted the astrologer, Shastri, and as the narrator has tutored him, as the narrator had tutored Shastri to say something in favor of Ranga. So the astrologer or Shastri did accordingly or the same. As a result, Ranga is a bit happy now. Okay, and now while they are going out of uh, Shastri's house, so on the way, uh, the narrator dropped in the residence of Rama Rao. Right, Ratna was standing at the door. I went in alone and came out a minute later. So, uh, Ramarao's house, Ratna was standing at the door, and then the narrator went alone and came out a minute later. Surprising, the girl's not married. Now after he came back from Ramarao's house, he is striking up a conversation with Ranga. He's saying, surprising, this girl isn't married, it seems. Okay, so someone told me the other day that she was. What Shasti told us has turned out to be true after all. Right. So This girl isn't married, it seems. This is what the narrator says to to Ranga. Someone told me the other day that she was. What Shastri told us has turned out to be true after all. But Rangappa, I can't believe that you have been thinking of her. Swear on the name of Madhavacharya and tell me, is it true what Shastri said? Okay, so is it true what Shastri said? Now the narrator will test, okay, test Ranga. So let's see how Ranga now responds to that. Okay, how Ranga responds to that is very interesting now. So uh, let's see. Okay, I don't know whether anyone else would have been direct. Ranga admitted there is a greater truth in that shastra than we imagine. What he said is absolutely true. See, now Ranga is admitting the fact that astrology is correct, and what he said about Ranga is absolutely correct. Okay, so the astrologer said that Ranga was thinking about a girl called Ratna. Okay, so this appears to be absolutely correct. This is what Ranga also accepts now, right? See, Ranga also accepts now. Shastri was at the well when I went there that evening. I said, "So, Shastri Gay, you repeated everything I had taught you without giving rise to any suspicion. What a marvelous Shastra yours is. He didn't like it at all. What are you saying? What you said to me was what I could have found out myself from the Shastras. Don't forget, I developed on the hints you had given me. Tell me, is this what a decent man says?" Rangappa had come the other day to invite me. Okay, so uh, here Shastri has become a bit angry because Shastri thought that even if the narrator did not give him any hint about Ranga, from his Shastra he could read out, okay, the matter what was happening with Ranga. He could have easily told exactly or similar to what the narrator has already told him. So Shastri was not in a position to sort of accept that it was only on the basis of what the narrator has said, that he has said the exact thing. He said, "No, I have also studied Shastra, and based on what you said and based on my finding from Shastra, I have given the prediction." Right? So, see, this is what he says. What you said to me was what I could have found out myself from the Shastras. Don't forget, I developed on the hints you had given me. Tell me, is this what the man says? Rangappa had come the other day to invite me for dinner. And then another phase, now the writer is describing about another phase. Rangappa had come the other day to invite me for dinner. What is the occasion? I asked. Okay, so it's Shama's birthday. He's 3. So after 4 to 5 minutes, this is a scene change actually. This scene change from here. Okay, scene change. So eventually, Rangappa or Ranga has got married to Ratna, right? And now they have a 3-year-old son also. His name is Shama. So is it the same name as the narrator? The narrator is also having the name Shama. Okay? It's not a nice name, Shama. I said, "I'm like a dark piece of oil cake. Why did you have to give that golden child of yours such a name? What a childish couple you were, Ratna and you." Uh, I know, it's the English custom of naming the child after someone in life. Your wife is 8 months pregnant now. Who is there to help your mother to cook? My sister has come with her. I went there for dinner. Shama rushed to me when I walked in and put his arms round my legs. Okay, Shama rushed to me. Because he has become 3 years now, so he has rushed to him. Okay, to the narrator. I kissed him on his cheek and placed a ring on his tiny little finger. Allow me to take leave of you, reader. I am always here ready to serve you. You were not bored, I hope. Right. So this is how the story comes to an end. Eventually, Ranga gets married to Ratna. They've got a 3-year-old son who is called Shama, and initially the narrator himself is Shama, so he was very surprised. Why did you, keep that name, which is very traditional, and you should have kept a very modern name. Then Rangappa said, or Ranga said, replied that it is the English custom of naming the child after someone you like. So I like you. We like, both of us like you very much because you were instrumental in our marriage. So therefore, we kept the name of our son in your name only. So this is how we could justify, okay? And then the story comes to an end, dear students. Okay. Now, that's about the story, dear students. I hope you understood the story. So now the question is, what is that the narrator wanted to sort of convey through this message, through this story to us? Okay, what is that the narrator wanted to convey through this story? So if you have any idea, or if you could guess what is the intention of the writer or the narrator in writing this story, you can please text me, okay, in the chat box. So you can text me so that I can understand your opinion. So please text me your opinion about what the narrator or the writer wanted to convey through this story, because behind every story there is a purpose, there is a message. All right. So, what is the message? Do you think this story gives us? What is the take home from this story? What does the story teach us? So, dear students, if you have anything to convey to me, you can please text me in the chat box your opinion about whatever comes to your mind. You can write, like, what is the purpose of writing this story, or what is the main issue that has been highlighted of in this lesson. So always remember that whatever, like every story has some message to convey to each one of us, to the reader. So what, according to you, is the message that is given by this story, or what kind of an issue do you think this story raises? Because story, poems, songs, they are an important, a very potent medium of reaching out to the public, right? Like you see, nowadays the pressing issues, like for example, environmental pollution, global warming, then this nowadays the greatest threat, the pandemic, the education system, online education, the merits and demerits, live classes. So there are so many things happening around us, right? Uh, then you can say, if you think in the field of sports, also there are many things happening. Indian participants are going to take part in the Olympics. Okay, so there are many issues, many things which are happening in the country, around the world. So the writer's main intention is to sensitize people about these issues. That is the main purpose. So, what do you think is something that the writer has sensitized us about with the help of this story, right? So, there is no answer from your end, dear students. So, let me see. I have kept it open this particular page, reading with insight, so that you are able to take some cue out of this, but you could not take any hint out of this. See, here the writer has highlighted about the craze of people for English language. Okay, craze of people on English language. Okay, like in those days, now there is no such, but you have to understand when the lesson was, when the story was written. It was written in the time of independence, okay, or immediately after independence, post independence. So therefore, you can see here. At that time, there was craze for English because the people of village they did not have English medium schooling. Therefore, whoever has gone to the city to learn English, to study in English, they used to be respected everywhere. Nowadays, people do not give respect to the educated person. But in those days, there was a lot of respect for a person who is educated, and that too educated in English medium from the very beginning. Okay, so this is one of the issues, one of the craze of the days of those days that is highlighted. Then astrologers' prediction. How true is the astrologers' prediction? Astrology is more of guess, more of conjecture, more of guess than the real, real prediction. You can say they guess on the basis of guess only they predict, right? So this has also been highlighted, and then Indian society nowadays has moved, of course, but this is not highlighted in the story, of course. But this is something which is which is relevant in the present day context. Like in those days, the traditional arranged marriage was given more priority, okay, and that was only source of marriage, okay, only means of being in marriage. But nowadays, the society has advanced a lot, and nowadays people, the brides, the grooms, like the boy, the girl, they choose their own life partner. Okay, they go for their own choice. Okay, go with their own choice. So that has the society has changed. Okay, so the society has changed. So let us quickly wrap up what we have learned from theme. Okay, just wait for a while. I'll just wind up quickly. As you can see here, Rangas marriage. As you can see here, Rangas marriage. See, the story is set in the remote village of Oshahali in Karnataka. Ranga is the main character around whom the story revolves. The story highlights about the influence of English as a language and way of life in Indian society. Okay, the influence of English as a language and way of life in Indian society. So number one is influence of English. Okay, English used to exercise a huge influence in the society, and then way of life like the traditional marriage and all. Okay, that astrology he has highlighted on. The astrology is more about hearsay, more about conjecture or guess than the real prediction, right? So these are some of the issues that that the story highlights, right? This story at a glance you can go through, and here you can see this one. See, English has a great influence in Indian society. In this story, we get a reflection of an Indian village where no one spoke English or used English words in their conversation. the village accountant was the first person to send his son Ranga to Bangalore to study English. That is why his homecoming was such a great event in the village. A crowd gathered to see what he looked like and tried to find out whether he still wore the sacred thread. English was considered a priceless commodity, and thus they were in awe of a person who studied it. Okay, so English was considered a priceless commodity at that time. Okay, therefore, the person who studied English was admired the most. They the narrator's attitude was quite positive. He showed that the language did not have any adverse influence on Ranga, who still wore the sacred thread and bent low for the gesture of Namaskara. Okay, so the modern education, the English education, did not bring about any change in the personality of Ranga. Therefore, the narrator says that Ranga has a lot of values in him. Okay, even though he was exposed to the English culture in Bangalore, when he returned home in his village, Hoshiali, in the state of Karnataka, there was no change in his personality. He remained the same as he was many years back. He is still having values in his personality. So this is what has been highlighted in the story Ranga's marriage, right? One of the aspects of course. Second one is the astrology of course. Like you can see here, in most Indian villages, astrology is practiced without much study and knowledge. It is due to the fact that our society is largely governed by superstition and blind faith in astrology. In reference to the story, we have come across an astrologer by the name of Shastri. We do not have any clue about his level of astrological knowledge, as he is in connivance with the narrator to fix up Ranga's marriage. Connivance, okay? Because he has made partnership with the narrator. No? So that is why connivance with the narrator to fix up Ranga's marriage. His movement of leaps and figures in making calculation of stars and planets was easily believed by Ranga, who had such unconventional views. In spite of being told everything to Shastri regarding Ranga's interest for Ratna, Shastri made it seem like it was the prediction of Ranga's planetary positions. Okay. So, in spite of being told everything to Shastri regarding Ranga's interest for Ratna, Shastri made it seem like it was the prediction of Ranga's planetary positions. Okay. So, next you see. In most Indian villages, astrology is practiced without much study and knowledge. It is due to the fact that our society is largely governed by superstition and blind faith on astrology. In reference to the story, we have come across an astrologer by the name of Shastri. We do not have any clue about his level of astrological knowledge. Okay, so we have read this. Okay, so that is also one of the issues. Then you can say marriage. See, Indian society has moved a long way from the way the marriage was arranged in the society. So, in spite of the fact that society has become much advanced and progressive, the prevalence of arranged marriages in Indian society cannot be ruled out. Arranged marriages are still prevalent mostly in villages and some percentage in urban areas as well. But like in the story, girls are no longer married off at a tender age of 11 like Ratna in the story. Nowadays, education and career get topmost priority over marriages. Okay? So, there is no longer child marriage, which is not good also because a girl needs to be financially independent, a girl needs to be academically sound, okay, a girl needs to be having the higher education. After that, only she should go for the marriage. Why? Because if she is not educated enough, if she is not financially independent, then if anything happens to her husband, it will be difficult for her to manage herself, right? That is why every girl should be highly educated. Every girl should be economically independent. Okay, because if you are economically independent, in that case, you do not have to be dependent. So that is why every girl should be should give priority in career, okay, education and career, right? So that is why second nowadays education and career get topmost priority over marriages. With reference to the story, nowadays matrimonial websites are available to work like a mediator, like the narrator in the story. There is independence in choosing life partner according to their own judgment. Before the marriage, Ratna was not consulted about her opinion about marriage. This scenario is in total contrast to the situation of today when the opinion of girls get priority before the marriage, right? So this Indian society has certainly moved a long way from the way the marriage was arranged in the society, because nowadays girls have the private girls have the say over the marriage. Earlier, girls did not have any say over the marriage. Nowadays, opinion of girls get topmost priority before the marriage. So this is how like the society has changed a lot, right? Earlier there was no scope of this. Okay, so in that case, you can say the society has progressed a lot, right? Next, what kind of a person do you think the narrator is? The narrator is a friendly, empathetic, and cheerful person. He is very proud of his village, though his description of the village is exaggerated. His involvement in the matter of the village is evident when he arranges Ranga's marriage. He resorts to manipulation and influences Shastri to do as he had planned in order to get Ranga agree to the marriage. Right? So Ranga and Ratna are so much influenced by his personality that name of their son after him. He is very caring and concerned about the well-being of Ranga and Ratna. Okay, so dear students, now I would like to tell you something. For example, uh, let me tell you something, dear students. See, each one of you has to make a portfolio, right? Each one of you has to make a portfolio. So where all your like in class 10 you made the same way sites.google.com. Okay, so you go to sites.google.com or you might have made class 10 on portfolio, right? So what you can do is in the single site, okay, you make different folders, right? You make one for English, you make another for mathematics, for physics, chemistry, business studies, accountancy, economics. According to your subjects, you make different folders. Okay, so so that with the single web link, with the single web link, your purpose is served, right? Otherwise, it doesn't make much of sense in making different, links or URLs for different portfolios, right? So you make a single website, that is sites.google.com, right? So you might be knowing about this, dear students, okay? Because most of you and those who are new, for them let me tell you, those who are new, for them let me tell you, you have to go to sites.google.com, right? So you should go there. Okay, so after you go to sites.google.com, after you go there, what you need to do is you have to click on the, see here portfolio is given. You can go to portfolio, or like suppose I click on the plot. There are a lot of templates available, right? So what I mean to say is that see portfolio, right? So you can make your own portfolios. See here, name of presentation, name of video, whatever you just keep uploading. Then you are making a portfolio for yourself, right? So that will help you. See, you can embed also. You can embed. Then you can insert images, you can insert file from drives also, layout is given here, you can change the layout also, this is a sample layout, right? So what I want you to do is, for example, duplicate sections, we can make duplicate section here. What I want you to make is, see for example here, it is here, home, about, spoken English, podcast, grammar. So likewise you make English, maths, science, okay, English, maths, physics, chemistry, then business studies, accountancy. Likewise, you keep making. In the same website, you make different folders. Okay, you make different folders, and there you can. And there are many templates also available there, students. Like you see, template gallery is there. Okay, lot of templates are available. So you can select any one of these templates, whichever you think is something which you want to work on. So anything you can take. Okay, see for project also different things is there. Okay, event, health, project, team, small business, education, class name, class student portfolio. See again, student portfolio is given. So you have to keep digital records of what you are doing, dear students. Okay, you have to keep digital record of what you are doing. Okay, so here your pics can also be there, right? Your pics can be there. Here you will make all the things. Okay, so about me you can write about you. Okay, then achievements, strengths, goals, everything is given. And you can make also like this, you can make also, you can layouts are also given here, you can see themes are also given. So if you don't like this theme, whatever theme you like very nice. And then see there these things are given, section background, then this is duplicate section. Okay, suppose this one you want to make duplicate, so you will click here, right? So likewise, dear students, there are many options given, and then you can see the preview also, right? So I want you to make English here, maths here, likewise, folder wise you can make, right? Mm, folder wise you can make in the single URL. Okay, in the single URL you can make this. So every student, yes, dear all, every student needs to have a portfolio. Okay, where your project, your assignment, everything will be uploaded, and you keep it there, and it is a record for you also. It is a kind of a memory for you also. Like whenever you grow up, and this particular web link will always be there with you. Na? So you can also see 10 years down the line, you can also look back and see all your work. Okay, so nowadays there is a huge opportunity for us to showcase our work, to record our work, to keep a digital storage with us, so that we can show our work to others. We can also save them and see 10 years down the line. So there are many ways you can digitalize your work. So please do that, because CBSE has recently given a circular where they have mentioned, and see, I am going to read out for your convenience. See, this is the page. See, this is the page from where I am reading out. Okay, here it is written. See, here it is written. Uh, schools would create Schools would create a student profile for all assessment undertaken over the year and retain the evidences in digital format. Right. So this is very much compulsory nowadays. Okay. Once again, let me read. Schools should create a student profile for all assessment undertaken over the year and retain the evidences in digital format. Right. So, uh, whenever you will make, whenever you shall make a profile for yourself in Google site, and you forward the link to us so that this link, if whenever CBSE wants any record of you, we can forward this link to them, right? So this is what I wanted to share with you today, because it's something which you need to do from now onwards. Okay. Only attending the classes won't help your students. You have to do something, like you have to make your own profile. You have to upload your best creative work, or might be any project work that your teacher gives you, right? Like class 10 we did towards the end. But now onwards, all throughout this academic session, you have to do something. Every month, you have to do something on the other, right? So we shall be assigning you in July. So July onwards, let's start, okay? Something or the other. And on the single website, you shall make different folders for different subjects, right? So it will be easier for us to maintain your record also, right? And the same URL will go to all the teachers. So we shall work on it, dear students. I will also help you in this matter. And for the tutorial, you can also see the YouTube tutorial. You can see on how to work on Google site, how to make a website on Google site, something like that. You type, you will find some tutorials on Google site, sites.google, right? So dear students, please do update your notebook. Please make a profile, and if you think you can update your class 10 profile. That also you can do. Okay, you can also update your class 10 because you already made a profile, so you can update it. Right, update it. As I told you, make different folders for different subjects, but same site. Do not make different websites for different subjects. Right. Okay. Thank you, dear students. Thank you so much for being connected. Before we leave, can you please text me your presence? Just text me P so that I can register your attendance later on. Okay. So please text me P, and then we shall wind up.
ये रीता मैडम का बर्थडे था ना।
अच्छा अच्छा।
अपने स्कूल में जब मिठाई आइसक्रीम थी, उस दिन था। तो वो बोले तो आज भेजिए।